Hey everybody, this is going to be a demonstration for how to sew onto a chef coat, because that's one of the specialty items that we often get requested for here. So I've got here a chef coat that we'll be setting up to sew. We'll also need our hoop. In this case, we're going to be doing a left chest graphic where the logo would go, or perhaps a person's name, so the small hoop will work for that. We also need, whenever sewing anything, a little bit of backing, so I have a piece of backing ready as well. Alright, let's open up the chef coat, and you can see the overall layout. Then I like to lay the chef coat down on the tabletop so you can see it opened up, flat, balanced, and know where things need to go. Alright, so we've got the chef coat laid out on the tabletop. Now, just like any other job, the outer ring and the backing are going to go on the inside of the fabric against where it will be sewn. So we can enter by going in through the little opening of their weird knot buttons on the chef coat. And the logo that we're going to be sewing is going to be going just above the pocket where the chef can put, I don't know, kitchen utensils and such, right? So we want our hoop to be directly below that, and that's our guide for where to hoop. We'll take our ring, and the outer part of the hoop does need to have the square tabs facing downward as opposed to this direction, because if it were upside down it wouldn't clip properly into the sewing machine. So we want to make sure that the two openings on the side metal tabs are facing downward. When I go to line this up and clip together, what I look for in this case is that the center of our hoop, where the graphic will likely be sewn, is just above the pocket. This is particularly important because if you were to sew through the pocket, you would sew the pocket closed. And if you're too high up or off to the side, it's very noticeable because this is a very obvious alignment thing that people can see when the chef is wearing the coat. What I try to look for when hooping here is we already have a line to tell if you're level as opposed to diagonal or crooked or something, right? So you can just use the edge of this hoop here and then the top edge of the pocket in relation to each other. I probably only want a little sliver of the pocket to get stuck inside of the hoop, so I'm looking from above when snapping the two parts together, and I just want that little bit of pocket to maybe exceed where this line is by a tiny bit. So when I clamp together, we will have some pocket inside the hoop, but the area across the center will be open for the graphic to be sewn on. In this case, it'll probably be the logo for our culinary program. The graphic will be nice and straight above it. The pocket will still be able to be open once it's been sewn. So this, just like all other jobs, will next go over to the sewing machine. We will go through the neck hole, making sure that it fits. Metal tabs in place, slide forward and listen for the click. Double check underneath to make sure there's no fabric tucked in underneath. And then we would be able to choose our stitch file and trace it, make sure it's aligned in the proper location, and start it up.